Thanks for staying with us. So there's been a horrible trend of discos officials who go to homes for either maintenance issues or even to check their meters. And they've been attacked by Nigerians. And there are a few clips we'd like to show you on the show today before we introduce our guest. Watch this.
Because they respect you now. I'm even calling him. What type of impunity do you think you people have? You come, you don't know what happened. Then they call you for grant. Then they call you.
So, these are some of the videos that have been trending recently, and we're going to be discussing not just that and other issues concerning electricity in Lagos. As usual, we have our own spokesperson for the discos, Otumba Odunton. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much.
It's a good pleasure to have you. So,
thank you very much.
We started with that video because recently we've been seeing lots of it going around, and of course it's worrisome that many of your officials are being attacked, not just in Lagos, across the country. And it's growing, the trend is growing, because initially it happened once or two spots here, but now anytime an official goes out, there's a possibility he will be attacked. So what are you doing to address, because these are Nigerians, these are not foreigners, these are our own people. What are you doing to protect those of your citizens that go out to work?
Thank you very much. It is very sad that when people are doing their legitimate work and for whatever reason, people will start beating them. And to make it worse, it is not just ordinary people or just beating them. We have cases of big men. For instance, in December 2021, a serving Major General in Abuja asked that our staff of AEDC should be beaten in his private house. Up to now, we reported to the military authority this country with the impunity, nothing has been done to today to that Major General. Is still there. And we have cases all over. In Ijebode, in Ogun State, a police officer actually locked up our staff in his private house for 6 hours, beat them. In 2015, the garrison command in Abeokuta, called Alamala Garrison Command, the soldiers beat up our staff just for going there to fix a faulty transformer. They thought they went there to take off their light. They don't even understand, but they started beating them. We have witnessed the same thing in a place called Ohara in Delta State, same thing in Benin and Asaba. Of course, in Kaduna, again, in 2021, same thing happened. So we have these cases everywhere where our staff are beaten up, and this is unacceptable. We report cases to police. In some cases, I must commend the Nigerian police. We have had a few convictions. Unfortunately, in Nigeria, conviction happens only to lesser people, not to big men. When we report big men, like this issue of this serving Major General of the Nigerian Army, who is a very well-known person in Abuja, and we reported to defense headquarters, we reported to the military authorities, we reported to the federal government, but what do you find? You find them not only shielding him, nobody is doing anything about it. So these are the things that we think should stop. We understand the frustration of Nigerians or how they feel when they don't have light or
so let's talk about the frustration for a moment.
So,
because yes, not trying to justify what is being done.
Justification for
it's not a justification.
And it's unacceptable.
The frustration.
We are frustrated. You are frustrating us.
No, okay, that's not the defense alone. I have the experience where my community, where my parents lived, attacked NEPA Ikeja Disco officials, and they were taken off the grid for 2 years. It was until I went to the office with Modu, chief at the time, and, you know, were able to meet them. No, it was then I think I went there alone with the MD and the person in charge of their media told me that this area was taken off the grid, they had attacked their officials. So if it can be done in a small community like Obadore in Alimosho, why can it not be done with the Major General community? We don't have to, there are other measures. If the area is without grid, action will be taken. Why didn't you resort to that?
Okay, it is the same Nigerian that would say that why should we take off a whole community because one Major General should to use his power? In this case, it was even the Major General's wife that started this thing. Soldier's wife, they are known for that kind of thing in this country. And there are so many of these cases. Of course, what we try to do is not to take the law into our hand. We report first to the police. We do all the report that we need to make. And then in the case of military men, we report to the higher authority where they work, thinking that justice will be done. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen. In the case of that area that you mentioned, that was what we had to do because that was happening not once, not twice. It was on a monthly basis. Once they go there to distribute bills, they bounce on them and start beating them. And that happened in other places. In Chantamadi, in River State, in Paracourt, same thing happened. We've seen that in Bayelsa too a couple of times. In Oka, we witnessed twice in Anambra State. So this sort of attack should just stop. I'm just appealing to Nigerians. We should not be beating or assaulting. There was a young man in 2019 who was nearly killed during COVID in Ogun State. In fact, they stabbed him in the eye with a bottle. His name is Jide Ayorinde. This is kind of thing that we're saying. People that are doing their legitimate
So because these are Nigerians, what are the discos doing to protect them? Because you can apply technology, because the fact that people are actually going around itself is dangerous. Okay. Can technology allow you to monitor, okay, this house, they bypass the meter, this house, they're not paying, then you cut them off from the source.
From the grid. Wait, before we add technology, when you're distributing bill, it's a silent work. One person distributes bill, people receive their bills. When there is an altercation, it's usually when the person mounts a pole, demands the bill receipt payment. That's when the altercation happens. So if service has been rendered in an area, because the Obadore case Chief mentioned now, I know for a fact they were in darkness for a long time. And then they'll flash powers for them like 2 days, come with their poles. People, of course, will get agitated that we don't have power and you're asking me for receipt. When did the lights come? So how do you earn the trust of the people first? By providing the service first. And
I just want to say that you are a service provider. We pay you. We pay NEPA. You are not doing us a favor by giving us lights. You owe us. You owe us explanations. You owe us
quality service.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Yeni Kuti. When you say we pay you,
yes,
you, you don't pay. Not you as a person. The percentage of people that pay for electricity is quite low. And in most cases, what you find is that they give people 5,000 naira bill. They pay 1,000, leaving a receivable of 4,000, and that will accumulate. This morning, here in TVC, one of your staff, while I was sitting there, came to actually confess to me that he's owing over 70,000 naira. Okay, and this is over a period of over a year. Asking me how he could best deal with it. Now, what I'm saying is that electricity is a product, like any other product. It has to be paid for because it comes with a cost, at a cost. It comes at a cost and with a landing price. Once we determine the cost of it, it will be good for us to be paying for it. I also know, if you notice or see anything that is untoward done by any of our staff, there are ways of reporting all of these things other than resorting to beating them or beating the innocent ones among them. This connection is not...
We're not justifying
so when you say we pay, of course, when you pay for services, you are not doing us a favor. We owe you a duty. And that is why I'm proud to say that when I was here in 2015, the state of electricity in Nigeria was not as good as it is today. If in your area you don't have enough, and in Alagbole, Yeni, you have average of 16 hours. Fact.
I'm not complaining about Alagbole.
I'm just saying that we have done better than we were doing before. I'm saying that more people have electricity today.
Okay, let me let BC come in here
today. I'm saying that there are improvements going on. We're just trying to do better. We are not where we are supposed to be. We are not there yet. And I'm still saying that we'll do better than we're doing.
So, Chief Oduto, I want to understand the process of billing. the sort of processes it goes through, because I know that for some houses and some areas, they may not have light 1 month to 6 months, and then the bills keep coming without electricity. And that's one of the things that infuriates people when you now come to cut their lights, when they see the bills and they have not had light. So how does the billing work in absentia of light?
Okay. Once there is no light, you are not supposed to be billed for those periods when you have no light.
But we are billed.
Not in all cases. Busy, not in all cases.
We are billed
but
now.
in cases where that happens, there's a redress, a process of redress. You only simply need to inform the local service provider. What happens is this, and I'll be honest with you. The billing department is always in the headquarters of the distribution company. The bills, in most cases, are generated automatically. They feed the information. If, for instance, your transformer is faulty, and the person who distributes bill in that did not report their office that on that street, unfortunately, if that information doesn't get to the head office, the billing department, up to a certain date of the month, the bill will have been generated and produced.
Where do they generate the bill from? When there
No.
What I'm saying,
no. If you need to understand this, the electricity that gets your house, once we take power from the transmission company, it goes into a feeder. A feeder supplies so many transformers. We meter the feeders, and in most cases, we meter the transformers. What happens is that from the feeder, we know the amount of energy that has gone out to those transformers. From each of the transformers, we know the energy that has gone out into various homes. Unfortunately, because we still have people who are not metered, so many, out of about 10 million, we still have quite a lot of people that are being metered at the moment. So when the bills are generated, it is generated based on the energy supply.
That has gone out.
But in some cases, if those energy does not get to you, which is like a case where there's a fault on that particular street, even though you share the transformer with some other people on the other street, now you get a bill that, of course, has to be adjusted and reversed.
So it's a machine. So it is a system that makes so all these guys these guys go on the electricity. These guys have electricity. These guys don't have electricity. But the feeder, which is the feeder, has generated. That feeder, you bill me based on what has generated. That's why I'm also getting a bill. Okay, so now technology can fix that problem. Yes or no?
So
yes, just that we're not
there
fully
yet.
there.
Okay.
You see, part of what we're trying to do is the issue of installing smart meters. With smart meters, even when you bypass, we will know. But installing smart meters, the meters themselves are very expensive. There are some components like you have to also put a SIM card.
You have to spend money.
You have to pay. You have to, but you see, in spending money to make money,
Nigerians
when you are paying an average of 54 naira per kilowatt hour, even though when you self-generate, you're actually spending over 190 naira to self-generate. The truth of the matter is that everything that is wrong with the system has to do with, one, us as service providers, the operators, two, the policymakers, three, and most importantly, the customers. There are a lot of good Nigerians who pay for their utilities. There are many, many more who do not pay, who bypass their electricity. And the issue of energy theft, what it does is that once we don't get enough payment, we don't have enough to pay upstream to those who produce electricity, those are the generation companies. And when they cannot do that, they cannot pay the gas suppliers. What you have? Drop in generation. When there's a drop in generation, there will be a drop in transmission and distribution. So and what you say, there's no light.
So I don't have electricity in my account, so that
today?
No, for the past 2 or 3 months, like we don't have light at all. Really? I only get maybe like 1 hour. They bring it around that 7 for like 1 hour, and that's it. That's it, really.
And I remember you used to have a lot of.
I used to have, but I don't know what happened. Something got damaged, obviously. And I've tried to call all the contacts to give me. They don't pick my calls anymore.
They don't pick.
But we do what
but the point
I did with Alaja. I think if you get your electric, well, sometimes they are not aware. That's why I say we are not where we're supposed to be.
Yes, the time I called them, they said they were not aware and they fixed it.
There are some things that we can deploy in terms of technology, and this requires a lot of investment, which can make them to know what's going on everywhere.
Let me tell you something, Osumba. You see, I always tell people, RCCG Redeem had the biggest and I think the best strategy that many churches have copied. They said every 5 minutes, they want a church on the street. That is a strategy that many companies, even many governments, are refused to use. Because if you have your offices every 5 minutes or like you're everywhere that you're in our faces, people will know where to come to. When somebody comes to my office and starts climbing a pole, it's not, their office is right there now, go and meet them. But we don't, sometimes you're not visible. And people don't, you're not so close to the communities. People must see you consistently. So and when they see you and they know you and you interact with the community consistently, they know where to come to when there's an issue.
Every disco have a unit, whatever generation office. In that Obadori I'm talking about, it's just right down at Igondo that they have where they generate their bills and distribution, whatever from. I'm trying to get the name of about what you call your region. And the one for your own place, I can point it to you here, Ketu here. It's just on this street here. But they will not show up until they want to come and cut lights or do something. They don't show up to fix. No. We reported, my mentee lives here, my younger sister. We reported their meter issue because when she rented the house, there was an issue on the meter. And so when she bought unit, she couldn't load it on the meter. For 6 months, when they finally took a petition and went to the head office, the unit person was saying, the house, there's no number on the house. And he kept passing with that report on that street. He would drive down the street every day and refuse to do his job. So there's a part of your staff unwilling to do their jobs.
True.
Also, but let's talk about this video that we just watched. If, what's it called, the Nigerian protection guys were in the papers the other day, Nigerian president of Nigeria Consumer Protection Network, Kola Olubi, was talking about the silent increment of tariffs. And he quoted the NEROC as acknowledging it. And he quoted some discos saying, some of them said, it's just 4 naira that we added. Some say, no, we even reduced based on whatever indices. Why was this done and why was this silent? That's fraud.
Okay, let me quickly correct.
Let you answer that question. Stay with us.
I have minions. So.
We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We still have our guest Sunday Otuto with us. Yes, we're going to respond to Nima's question earlier.
Yes. First of all, let me say that we have invested so much in staff training, but we still have a lot of gap. We expect people to do their job conscientiously and efficiently, but I cannot say that we're 100% efficient. But what we try to do, and that's why we're very open and honest and upright about it, is to continuously take on board feedback like this, take it back and do something about it. Like the issue of the local fault in Morayo's house, I will ensure that we notify Ikeja Electric, and I can assure you that we will respond robustly. My only plea, to Alaja, is that when those good things happen, let the people know. We should be celebrating good. We can criticize bad.
That we are laughing at her
now. Morayo has been very fair because she knows that we serve her very well. And I know that Alaja is all of you will be very fair. I said that sometimes women and your way of doing things.
Adeboye from Ayobo. Good morning. Are you there?
Good morning. Yes, I'm here.
Yes, sir, you're live. Go ahead, sir.
Intelligent ladies.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning. And your guest on the program, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yes. I'm happy that what is happening, the guest you brought and the topic happens to every Nigeria. That is the beauty of this topic. Yes. Let me tell you, I have a 3-bedroom flat at Ayobo. I retired in Abuja. I was paying only 2005, 2007. But of recent, it now jumped to 29,000 from last year, October, 29,000 naira per month. From my pension of 30,000 naira, where will I be getting? From my pension of 50,000 naira, where will I be getting 29,000 naira to pay every month? The gentleman there knows what we are talking about. Yes, there is nothing he's going to say that will be truth about what is happening to us. And that's why I'm saying I'm happy that it happened to everybody.
Sir, are you on prepaid meter? Are you on prepaid or you are on estimated billing?
I'm on estimated.
Estimated, okay.
Applied for prepaid, it was approved, it was not supplied until when the map was cancelled, before it is in reintroduction now.
We have map now.
Okay, thank you very much. So, you have to answer the questions. Map, the issue of...
I want Nigerians to understand that there are two schemes for metering. One is a very good one, which the federal government initiated. We call it National Mass Metering Program, where the intention is to meter every single household in Nigeria. And I believe that will happen. The job that it will take time. Now, and to get that done, the federal government also decided to empower local meter manufacturers.
Yes, who failed?
Which is the reason why you don't get the large quantity of it instead of importing them from China and elsewhere. The other one is if the National Mass Metering Program has not got to your area, I would suggest very strongly that you should go and apply for meter under MAP, Meter Asset Provider. MAP is back and is working, and I can assure you, you'll get your meter within 15 days after you finish the process.
So MAP was paused for some time, but it's back now.
Yes, it's back
now. Okay.
So you just go there. In the case of the Kenya Electric and most of the disco, you just do it online. Once you do that, submit it, they'll come and do an evaluation. The evaluation is just, technical evaluation is actually to look at your house and determine and check the wiring of your house, and then determine whether you need a single-phase meter or a three-phase meter. Once that is done, they'll give you an account number where to pay. Don't pay to any individual. You pay to that account number, which is a joint escrow account held by the DISCO and the meter manufacturing company. Okay. Once you do that, they will meter you within 15 days. No doubt about that. Okay. That is going on now. Let us take that, see the opportunity. For us, it is better for you to be metered. Yeah. Because when you are metered, you manage energy a lot. All
right. Let me take a few questions from that have come to you, BC. Right.
Okay. September production says, imagine we haven't had lights since September last year, and they just fixed it last week. This week, they sent a bill of 400 for light we did not use. That is, I can't pronounce the name. I don't support violence, but honestly, these officials do too much. They act like civil servants or policemen. Okay. I had an issue with them last month, too. People are angry and frustrated.
Okay, well, let me pause you. Austin is the holder and I come to BC. Austin, are you there? Austin, you're live. Go ahead, please.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
Yeah, we have issues with the Ikeja distribution company.
Okay.
New buildings in our area. Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
We have new buildings in our areas who are not metered yet. Now we applied for new meters, but we are having issues. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, very clearly.
We applied for prepaid meter.
Okay.
But the company is telling us that we are supposed to be registered and they are to be billing us before we get the meter. How can you bill us without connection?
Okay. Thank you very much, Austin. Let me now add business questions to that.
Let me add to that. Okay. I'm actually being billed now for one of my apartments in Alagbado that does not have a prepaid meter. I will show you. It's here on my phone. I get the bill. I was even reminding my husband a few days ago, we need to go back and tell these people that there's no meter. There's no way I will pay this bill. I will fight them. I'm not going to pay this bill. So what he said now is very, very correct. I have evidence to prove. Okay. Maybe we'll sort out my case.
But I wanted from what you're saying.
No, it's the same thing. They have a new building.
He's saying that when you have a new building, let me explain the process. Okay. And basically, you should know better. Okay. Because you have the best access to get what you need. When you have a new building, you need to have an account number. So the first thing you need to do is to register that property with your local distribution company. And they will give you, once they do that, the process means that you get a bill for the first month. Okay. But that's what will give you all the unique numbers. Okay. Take that bill, go and apply for meter on that map straight away. If you do that, you won't have to pay for 2-3 months. You will get your meter. So those who they have issues, yes, you're still getting billed because you are still on estimation. If you apply today, and I'm telling you today, I can sit down with you for the next 1 hour after you finish this program.
Okay, we're going to
do the application online. Okay. You will get...
For them to take away this bill. But this bill I did not use. There's
now,
no meter.
Let me now talk about not using a bill. If your property is empty, for instance, if there's nobody in your property or you travel or nobody there, you have a duty, you have an obligation to write to your local disco and let them know there's nobody there.
We've done that.
Now, there's no magic to know that there's nobody there. And if you have a guard who is at the gate, putting on the fence light, there's somebody there. Again, that's where the unfairness of estimated billing comes in. It is better for you to be metered. There will not be any argument. Okay. I'm saying that. No. If it's under mark, in special case, you get your meter. Yes. Because the meter manufacturer will produce for you and supply you because they are getting paid straight away. It's a straight case. It's different from
the first question you asked has not
free of charge.
I want to get the details. One. The first question Nima asked about the silent increment.
That one, let me there's nothing like a silent increment in electricity. I think we, the educated one, need to educate our people who are not educated. But when I hear from highly educated people that something like that, it baffles me. Let me explain.
He was not on the website.
Nima, let me explain. You are a lawyer.
He was not.
Number one, the business of fixing tariff, incrementing tariff, or decreasing tariff, it's not the job of any electricity distribution company. It is the job of a regulator, NEC. That is their job. They're the ones that do this. And we need to commend them. They are doing a very difficult job, and they have tried so much in recent years. I keep on saying that let us see where we are coming from. Let us see where we are. Let us talk about where we're supposed to be. And I agree that we are not where we're supposed to be. But there has been an improvement. We have a system. Every 6 months, there is always a review. That's what the law says. And again, I'll probably have to send it to her, my learned colleague here, to explain to people.
It's because you are
I'm not a NEPA man.
If you're a disco man or a disco man.
No more NEPA.
See, if you are in our shoes,
I'm in your shoe. I'm a customer shoe.
Let me explain to you.
Yes.
We are the citizens that are suffering.
And I'm a citizen that is suffering.
No. Wait. You should know, the NEPA, you are doing your best. No. Your best is not good enough, obviously, because if it was good enough, when you sit down here, we will sit down here and be saying, oh, NEPA, you are too good. Oh,
well done, we'll be clapping.
We will be clapping, but we are not. We have complaints, and we have, we have the complaints of the people, because we are living
amongst the people. We are the people.
But we are not living among ghosts. We are also living among people.
What we are saying is this, that you give us estimated billing, you charge us higher amount. Look, if you are charging me 800,000 naira a month, and I'm still buying diesel 200,000 a week, I'm going to complain.
Yes.
I'm still repairing generator.
I understand.
I will still complain. Your best is not, obviously your best is not good enough for me. I was sitting with one Oyibo man last week, and he was, when we were talking about our NEPA bill, he said, oh, wow. And my bill is $45 a month. And we're looking at him, And this is in America where the NEPA is expensive.
Okay, we have to wrap up.
No,
we have to wrap up very soon.
And our own earning power is considerably lower than in America.
Question. Okay. So I have summarized this person's complaint. Obviously, he has a prepaid meter that has units on it. But every month, he stops giving power until he's reloaded. That's what he's saying, John Ibino.
Stop giving power. What do you mean? When
so you have a prepaid meter.
If you have a prepaid meter
in a building unoccupied, the units on it is supposed to power the energy-saving bulbs for security. But every month he's called to reload units on it, even though there's existing units.
Meter? Please link me up with the customer, because if you have prepaid meter, and that's what I keep saying.
Is it possible?
They will say a building is empty. Go there, you see lights on. And I'm being honest, this thing is not magic.
But how many units do you need?
No, it depends on how many units.
Must you not exhaust your unit before?
How many bulbs you have?
It depends. That's what I'm saying. It is just speculative. You don't know the exact load in that building. You can't compare Yeni's mansion with my small apartment. So
which mansion again?
I know how much it costs for Yeni and Femi to run the mansion. The mansion.
How much?
For 3 days.
We have all been to the mansion. Why can't you calm down?
So in Yeni's house, they will have to obviously spend more money. I'm talking about the pain that we all have. It affects us too. Yeni and her husband had spent weekend in my house, and we use generator throughout. I'm not proud to say this. I'm saying that we are not where we're supposed to be. How come they did not give me like that? I have special guests. No. I'm going through the same pain that other people in the community go through. So I feel your pain. I know how you feel. But I'm just assuring you that the federal government of Nigeria, with all stakeholders in this sector, unlike before, they're trying their best now to make things better. Let us just trust ourselves for a minute. Let us believe that this thing
As we wrap up with you, Otumba, there are some communities that have this premium billing. How has that been? How has it been profitable for you?
Fantastic one. Why is it fantastic?
Because
it's a special premium arrangement whereby those people are the one paying the real cost of electricity. So if electricity comes to me at 90 naira, and Yeni is still paying 54 naira, and one man wants to pay 92 naira, I will take my electricity to that man because that man is covering my cost.
So they're premium.
I'm able to, yes. Go to Magodo. Go to Shonda.
Yes, now. I'm not entered the estate. I'm outside the estate.
We are doing well. Go to Amen Estate. We are doing well.
How do we get into this premium?
Oh, very easy now. Talk to your local disco. Tell them that this is what you want.
To be premium and you get light.
Don't unleash your dog on them.
No, for
we will do it for you.
Okay, on that note, thank you. So the premium, the Lord in Nigeria, those who are rich, have money that they want.
No, but they are paying for the lights.
No ordinary person.
Electricity abroad is expensive. Okay, we have to wrap up. Thank you very much, Otumba Odunto. It's a pleasure having you on the show. We'll bring you often because we need to get more.
Bring him again.
Because this is an issue that pains Nigerians. So we need to hear from you, and until Nigerians understand, they can never trust you.
His name is not enough. Because he has just used sweet tongue to remove himself from everything.
We have to wrap up. Thank you so much, sir. No, I'm not going to
on this show, I'm your husband.
No, let's go to a break.
I'm not for lowering me.
Come back. We have another important guest to bring on. Stay with us. We'll be right back.